way more physical connection than anybody had ever imagined.
Narration, emotional, reflective, dramatic tone. Hi friends, welcome back. I hope you're all doing well by the grace of God. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe and tap that bell so you never miss a moment, because today's story is unlike anything we've ever seen in the Sister Wives universe. Just when we thought the Brown family saga had reached its peak, another heartbreaking twist has shattered what was left of the illusion. This time, it's not about Kody, not about Robyn, but about Aurora, the quiet, nervous daughter we all watched grow up on screen. Aurora is missing. And not only that, she allegedly took over $75,000 in cash with her cash she found, hidden in her father Kody Brown's closet. Yes, you heard that right, Aurora. Gone, vanished into the night, leaving only a handwritten note, a broken mother, and a fractured family in deeper ruins than ever before. Let's take a breath. Let's talk about what led to this devastating moment. Inside the once tightly controlled world of Kody and Robyn Brown, the pressure has been building for years. Since Christine walked away, followed by Janelle. Then Mary, what remained of Kody's kingdom was a hollow shell of what it once was. Just one wife, just one home. Robyn, her children from a previous marriage, and the two younger kids she shares with Kody. A patchwork family held together by denial and desperation. And at the center of it all, Aurora, sweet, sensitive, the girl who once clung to her mother's side, wide-eyed and quiet, doing her best to stay small in a house full of chaos. But somewhere along the way, that silence turned into something else. Family insiders whispered at first. Aurora had pulled back, ignoring texts, missing online classes, skipping family dinners. A girl once so deeply tied to her mother was slowly fading out, and no one saw the storm coming. Behind closed doors, Robyn has reportedly been unraveling, exhausted, emotionally isolated, caught between defending a husband whose grip on reality is slipping and protecting children, who are quietly breaking under the weight of it all. And Kody, according to those close to him, is no longer the confident, camera-ready patriarch he once was. He's angry, erratic, accusing, his rage unpredictable, his paranoia growing, especially about money. That night, it all imploded. Sources say Kody returned home from a bitter legal meeting about Coyote Pass, one of the last threads tying him to his ex-wives. Furious and cornered, he reportedly stormed into the house, berating Robyn, screaming, "You've ruined everything. This whole family is draining me dry. You and your kids are leeches." Aurora heard it all. Every cruel word, every insult hurled like knives toward the only woman who ever truly protected her, and the siblings she's grown up with. Robyn locked herself in the bedroom, sobbing. Kody slammed the door behind him and disappeared into the night. And Aurora made a choice. In the quiet hours before dawn, Aurora packed a small suitcase. She tiptoed into the one place she was never allowed to go, Kody's closet, a room wrapped in secrets and warnings. A room that once felt sacred, now exposed for what it really was, a vault. There, beneath piles of old clothes and documents, were shoeboxes and plastic bags, stacks of $100 bills, envelope after envelope brimming with smaller bills, and a locked metal box she couldn't open. Reports estimate over $75,000 in hidden cash. She didn't take all of it, just enough. Enough to vanish. Enough to never come back. She left a note on her mother's nightstand written in shaky pen. "I can't do this anymore. Please don't try to find me. I love you." And then she disappeared. By morning, the house was in chaos. Robyn found the note first, then the empty closet. Then the silence that swallowed the room. Neighbors say they heard screaming, shattering glass, a woman crying hysterically. Robyn collapsed in sobs. Kody tore through the house, shouting Aurora's name over and over again. calling her phone again and again, only to meet the cold silence of voicemail. He jumped in his truck, driving in circles, coffee shops, parks, favorite corners of town where Aurora once smiled. But she was nowhere, not a trace. Eventually, police were called. Officially, it was filed as a runaway report. But unofficially, the truth was far darker. According to a leaked report from a law enforcement source, Kody and Robyn had told officers Aurora ran away, but conveniently left out the part about the missing money. That didn't last long. One officer, speaking off the record, admitted, "It became clear real fast. This wasn't just about a runaway. This was about a child fleeing something and taking with her a whole lot of secrets. And suddenly, this wasn't just a family crisis. It was a full-blown scandal. Now the media is asking the hard questions. Why did Kody have so much cash at home? Was it undeclared income? What was he hiding? Is this why he was always so obsessed? With control? With secrecy? With making sure no one ever entered that closet? And meanwhile, the people who should matter most, the kids, are falling apart. And Aurora? She's still missing. Days have passed. Leads are scarce. Family members are scrambling. Friends are being called. Every phone number from Aurora's past has been dialed. Desperate pleas left on voicemail. Silent prayers whispered through tears. But there's no answer. What pushed Aurora to that edge? Was it fear? Anger? A quiet heartbreak that had gone unnoticed for years? Or was it the unbearable weight of being trapped in a house where love came with strings and silence? Came with survival? We may never know the full truth. But what we do know is this: a young girl is missing. A family is in crisis. And behind the scenes, one of reality television's most infamous patriarchs is watching his world collapse, not with fanfare or fireworks, but with the quiet footsteps of a daughter who finally chose to walk away. If Aurora's watching,
struggling, but he and I never had any problem in that area. We were both very physically, we were great.
just when we thought the dust was settling, another devastating wave has struck the Brown family. Aurora is still missing. But now, a trail of desperate sightings, leaked voicemails, fan outrage, and Kody's explosive ultimatum to Robyn have turned this already heartbreaking disappearance into a full-blown disaster. The search for Aurora has stretched far and wide. Cousins, distant relatives, and strangers from across the Southwest have come forward with possible sightings. A girl, matching Aurora's description, was reportedly seen at a bus station in Las Vegas, then at a small diner in Salt Lake City. Later, someone swore she boarded a bus to California. One chilling report claimed she checked into a rundown motel in a tiny Arizona town alone. But by the time officers arrived, she was gone, vanished again. Back at home, the Brown family is crumbling. Robyn is, by all accounts, completely shattered. A friend close to her said she hasn't left the house. She won't film, she won't speak to producers, keeps whispering, "I failed her. I've failed my daughter. She's been crying nonstop. Barely eating, barely functioning." But Kody is raging, not grieving, not searching. Furious sources say he's been yelling at Robyn nonstop, blaming her for Aurora's disappearance, saying she's indulged the kids and made them feel entitled. One insider put it bluntly: Kody's angrier about the money than about Aurora being gone. He's allegedly screamed, "She stole from me. I can't trust anyone, not even my own kids." And then came the darkest comment of all, when Kody shouted, "She's just like her real father." What did he mean by that? No one knows. But the implication was clear: venom, rejection, a final severing of emotional ties. Yet behind the scenes, something beautiful is quietly unfolding. Christine Brown, yes, Christine, the ex-wife, Kody discarded, has reached out to Robyn. Their past was messy, yes, but Christine, a mother who's walked through her own fire, is putting the pain aside. She told Robyn plainly, "I know what it feels like to watch a child suffer. Okay, I'm here if you need me." And she meant it. A mutual friend said Christine even offered to help search for Aurora, woman to woman, mother to mother. Meanwhile, the legal world is circling. Because as painful as this is, there's a serious question of legality now. Aurora is legally an adult. She had every right to leave. But the $75,000 in cash? That's another story. If Kody can prove the money was solely his, this could technically be theft. But here's the thing. If Aurora felt unsafe emotionally, threatened, or had reason to believe part of that money was meant for her survival, this becomes a murky, deeply nuanced case. So far, no charges have been filed. But Kody has been consulting attorneys not about how to bring his daughter home, about how to get his money back. Let that sink in. While Robyn weeps, Kody is talking to lawyers about cash, and still, Aurora is gone. Friends describe Aurora as gentle, anxious, the kind of girl who trembled during social events, once had panic attacks captured on the very show that made her family famous. When the other wives left, the house became a tomb. Kody's rage filled the walls. Aurora felt like she could never get it right. Every misstep met with cold silence or explosive anger. She never felt like she was enough, one friend whispered. She wasn't running for money, she was running for air. For peace. Another said, she didn't take that money because she wanted it. She took it because she saw it as the only way out. And fans, they're not holding back. Social media exploded the moment the story broke. Hashtag Free Aurora, hashtag Team Aurora, hashtag Protect the Brown Kids all began trending within hours. One tweet hit home. Poor girl. She didn't steal, she escaped. Another posted, Kody should be arrested for emotional abuse, not Aurora for taking what she needed to survive. Then came the leak that changed everything. A voicemail, reportedly left by Robyn for Aurora, was leaked to the press. In it, Robyn's voice cracks. She's sobbing, sweetheart, please. I just need to know you're okay. Just one message. Just one sign. I love you. I'm sorry. Please don't disappear forever. His final words. It's cut through every headline. A mother, devastated, raw, pleading, beneath the drama. Beneath the cameras, this is a mother begging her child to come home. And Kody, instead of joining the emotional chorus, he's doubled down. Sources close to the show say he's now turning the tragedy into a personal narrative, claiming this is proof that without him, the family falls apart. That Robyn can't handle the kids alone, that he's the glue that kept it all together. Producers are reportedly debating how, or if they'll address Aurora's disappearance in the next season. Some were instructed to stop filming. Others have been told to spin this into Kody's redemption arc. One insider called it manipulation at its darkest. But just when it couldn't get worse, it did. This week, Kody delivered a brutal ultimatum to Robyn. According to leaks, during another explosive argument, Kody snapped and said, either you leave the house or I will. Sources said this wasn't a normal fight. This was a point of no return. Years of resentment, regret, rage, all boiling over into one final blow. The home they once called sacred is now shattered beyond repair. This isn't just a story about missing money. This is a story about a broken home, about a daughter pushed past the edge, about a father who chose power over peace, and a mother crying into the void. Aurora hasn't returned, but the message is clear. She needed to be free more than she needed to be found. Wherever you are, Aurora, we hope you're safe. We hope you're healing, and we hope one day the world you ran from can finally understand why you had to go, because in the end, this isn't about reality TV. It's about real pain, real trauma, and a girl who finally said, "Nuff, nuff." They were the last ones standing. After Christine walked away with tears and triumph. After Janelle packed up her piece and left the storm behind. And after Mary slipped quietly into the shadows, ending decades of silent suffering. It, which is Kody and Robyn, the so-called soulmates, it's the only couple left. But instead of harmony, their home became a war zone. Once the favored wife, once the emotional crutch and confidant, Robyn now finds herself at the center of Kody's rage, the last mirror he can't shatter without seeing himself. It started small, sharp words muttered under breath, slammed doors. Kody staying up all night, pacing, ranting about bills, regrets, and betrayal. But soon the tension turned toxic. What once looked like devotion now resembled resentment. Insiders say Kody changed. He stopped blaming Christine, stopped blaming Mary, he stopped blaming Janelle, and he started blaming Robyn. If it weren't for her, none of this would have happened, he reportedly told a close friend. She begged me to take control. Now she acts like it's all my fault. She wanted the big house, the lifestyle, the attention. Now I'm the villain she created. According to those close to the family, Kody began accusing Robyn and her children of draining him dry. He complained that her kids were disrespectful, distant, and demanding. He said Dayton and Aurora were spoiled and that Robyn refused to discipline them. The man who once moved mountains for Robyn now couldn't stomach being in the same room. And then, one night, it all exploded. The confrontation, the breaking point, a leaked recording, never released publicly, but verified by multiple sources, reveals the chilling details. The audio captures Kody bursting into the living room, fists clenched, voice shaking not with sadness but with rage. Kody shouting, "This house is a prison. I wake up every morning and I feel like I'm suffocating. You wanted this? You wanted this life. Now I'm drowning in it." Robyn sobbing, "I never asked for this kind of hate, Kody. I stood by you when no one else would. Kody, you stood by me? Or did you push them away so you'd be the last one left?" The air turned still. Even the walls, once adorned with family photos and holiday garlands, seemed to echo with guilt. It wasn't just a marital spat. It was the sound of a kingdom crumbling. And then Kody said the words that changed everything. "Kody, you either leave this house for a while and get your head straight, or I will, and if I go, I'm done. No money, no support, nothing." Robyn was reportedly stunned, silent, shaking, clutching her phone. Later that night, she left a voicemail for Aurora. A desperate mother, shattered and terrified. Robyn voicemail. "Sweetheart, please just let me know you're safe, please. Everything is falling apart and I need to hear your voice." But Aurora didn't answer. She hadn't for days. Because while Kody was lashing out and Robyn was breaking down, Aurora had already run away. And she took something with her. Something Kody didn't even realize was missing, a private stash of money he'd been hiding. Thousands in cash. Gone. Now Kody is consulting attorneys, asking if he can press charges against his own daughter. Even his closest allies are horrified. "He's unraveling," one insider said. He never thought he'd lose control of Robyn. Now even the kids don't want him. This isn't just a family falling apart. It's a free fall into emotional ruin. What started as a dream of unity, faith, and forever love has ended in silence, suspicion, and ultimatums. And Robyn, she's not just mourning the family she helped build. She's mourning the version of Kody she thought she married. The man who once promised protection now storms through halls like a stranger. He slams doors, throws blame like grenades, and speaks of escape like it's salvation. And behind all the tension and the heartbreak and betrayal lurks the undeniable truth. They are all survivors of Kody's collapse. Even Robyn, especially Robyn. But will she walk away before it's too late? Or will she stay and watch what's left of their world finally go up in flames? What began as another late-night argument turned into the final blow that shattered whatever remained of the Brown family's most infamous marriage. Voices echoed through the walls. Words that couldn't be taken back were thrown like knives. And when it was over, there was silence. But not the peaceful kind. The kind that follows disaster. It began with Kody storming into the living room, pacing like a caged animal. He was seething. "You sucked the life out of me, Robyn," he snapped. You and your kids drained everything I had left. Robyn's face contorted in disbelief. She stepped back like she'd been slapped. After everything I've done. For you. For this family. But Kody wasn't finished. His voice cracked. Not from sadness, from rage. You told me this would be better. You told me this home would fix everything, and it only made it worse. I lost everyone chasing. Your fantasy. Robyn, stunned, tried to defend herself. You chose me, Kody. I didn't ask for any of this drama. But Kody's eyes were wild. He wasn't hearing it. You played the victim while I took the fall. You stood there and watched Christine go, watched Janelle walk, watched Mary disappear, and you did nothing. And then came the ultimatum. His voice dropped cold and low. I can't stay in this house with you. Either I leave or you do. And I'm not sleeping under this roof one more night with this tension choking me. Robyn's voice cracked as tears spilled down her cheeks. You're kicking me out. Stood by you while the world tore us apart. Then go stand somewhere else, Kody fired back. Go stay with your mom. Stay with your sister. Stay with anyone who still believes your act. That night, Robyn locked herself in the bedroom for hours, sobbing uncontrollably. Kody, he stormed out, jumped in his truck, and vanished into the dark. Neighbors said he didn't come back until sunrise. But what happened the next morning? The moment that would send shockwaves across every corner of the fan base. Robyn, eyes puffy, hands trembling, was seen shoving suitcases into the back of her vehicle. One neighbor claimed they saw her mouth the words into her phone, crying, I don't know where to go. I don't know what to do anymore. Was she gone for good or just escaping the wreckage for a few days? No one knows. But what's clear is this. The queen of the cul-de-sac has finally fallen. The family reacts. Christine, never one to mince. Words responded with biting clarity. It was only a matter of time. That's who Kody is. Loyalty means nothing to him. Janelle, always the voice of quiet strength, said, I wouldn't wish this on anyone. But maybe Robyn can finally understand the pain we lived through. Mary, her voice laced with the scars of the past, simply said, now she knows what it feels like to be thrown away. Fans erupt online. The internet exploded. Some fans sympathized, others didn't hold back. She thought she was untouchable. Kody only ever loved control. This is karma, plain and simple. Hashtags like hashtag Robyn deserves better, hashtag Kody ultimatum, and hashtag Brown family collapse began trending within hours. The dark truth. IT was about money. A source close to the situation dropped a bombshell. The fight wasn't just emotional, it was financial. With the family show no longer pulling in millions, and several family members now deceased or estranged, the Browns' mortgage is allegedly underwater. And Kody. He blames Robyn for overspending and dragging them down. He thinks if she leaves, he can downsize, cut his losses. He's furious and broke. Kody, once the patriarch of a sprawling polygamist empire, is now said to be spiraling. Friends say he's become erratic, paranoid, and completely unrecognizable. He's not the man